Welcome to the Fact Zone. Before we get started tonight, I'd like to address something that's been in my sights. A documentary entitled From Space Girl to News Tyrant, the Brooke Alvarez story, aired on public television last night, and it addressed certain points from my past that I hope would never come to light. Many of you do know that I was born in Russia and spent my childhood there, but what you may have not known until now is that I became the first ever Russian child cosmonaut in 1971. In its rush to be the first nation to put a child into orbit, the Soviet government sent me into space. I spent 3 weeks in a tiny, poorly insulated capsule with very little food or water. This is true. And this documentary is out there, so, well, we might as well take a look.
Bronislav Alexeyev, now known as Brooke Alvarez, was forced to fight tooth and nail for her survival against a vicious chimpanzee named Mr. Dmitry, a lab animal launched along with the young Alvarez to compete against her in cruel experiments. The experience changed her forever.
Well, she was such a pretty, happy little girl, but when she came from space, she changed. She was hard and merciless. We were terrified of her. She always had awful night terrors, always about the chimpanzee. She would scream all through the night, "Mr. Dmitry, no, stop biting me, stop biting me."
It's about 6 years ago. I was, coming in to read for the position of Fact Zone anchor when my car was pushed off the road and into a ditch. I still wonder if it was Brooke.
I've heard that most of her scalp is skin grafts, which explains all the weird little colloquialisms she uses, like some days the chimp rips all the hair out of your head and some days you brutally murder the chimp.